And I just love the fact that I can let my hair down and be myself and not be perfect. And I don't feel judged by him.
That's beautiful.
Wait, Dima wants the answer.
That's fine.
He says he loves me just the way I am, and he wouldn't change a single point about me.
Hi, I'm Asher.
I'm Niti.
And you're watching Now Found Love.
Okay. And so what's an ideal first vacation? 5 days preferably, for a new couple. And how far into the relationship can you take this trip?
מה הדיל חופש? 5 ימים בבת קפה. I mean, okay, fine. So we love Budapest. That was our first trip. Budapest, Hungary. It is fabulous. They call it the Paris of the East as far as Europe is concerned. I would say, look, obviously, we built travel into our lifestyle. So any trip, anywhere, especially if you can get 5 days together, I recommend doing it. As far as time frame, it depends on you. We were together about a year before we traveled abroad for the first time. And much to my disappointment, I had to actually push Dima and say, we haven't left Jerusalem. I want to get out of Jerusalem. Let's go somewhere. And he said, okay, fine. And we went to Budapest. Now we traveled every year since, at least 2 to 3 times. So definitely as a couple, travel is important. I would say, like we, for example, always travel in February, which is my birthday, and in June, which is Dima's birthday. And then again, just like in the winter, as just a fun trip. So have a time frame that you dedicate, even if it's just once a year, where you travel and you enjoy life together. Because what's the point of living if you're not going to see the world?
All right. So looking at your couple's picture date, I see that travel is mostly January, February, or June, July. Where do you seem to prefer travel at these times of year for travel?
For our birthday. Like we travel around our birthdays.
And what's the location that you would prefer?
I'm sorry?
And what's the location that you prefer?
Everywhere. Right now we spent, just given our location, we spent a lot of time in Europe. Ironically, this year, I don't know what the universe had in plan for us. In February, we were in Italy. So obviously, we got caught up in the whole corona storm there, and we had to go into quarantine. And ironically enough, this summer, we were going to China. So, I don't know, it wasn't meant for us. We were literally chasing corona this year when we planned our trips. So I don't know, but obviously we're not going to China now. So I don't know. Seriously, in 2020, we went to Italy and our summer vacation was planned for China. What luck we have.
Okay. The heteronormative outside world may ask, who is the man and who is the woman in this relationship? How would you respond?
Mutual straight Isha. It's a silly question. We're 2 men. No, there is no man. There are 2 men. There is no woman. We have gotten that question. Usually we say, I don't know. But I do remember, just on a side note, my mother, when she wore a beautiful white suit to our wedding, and Dima's aunt, when she came out the house, and Dima's aunt looked at my mother and said, "You're more beautiful than the bride." And so I thought that was a wonderful thing from Dima's aunt. I don't know.
Okay. What do you love most about him?
I love that Dima accepts me for who I am. I am far from perfect. I know I can be super bitchy and super controlling, and sometimes I am not the nicest person in the world. And Dima looks at me with those green and sometimes blue eyes, and he loves me and he sees me for who I am, and he supports me in my dreams. And I just love the fact that I can let my hair down and be myself and not be perfect, and I don't feel judged by him.
That's beautiful.
Wait, Dima wants the answer.
That's fine.
오늘부터 무엇이랄까 이루어지기 전에 나아가자.
He says he loves me just the way I am, and he wouldn't change a single point about me. I know that's not actually true, but for the sake of this, let's accept it.
So what is the best advice you can give a good, fresh couple about relationship longevity?
I would say commit. Like, if you're going to be in a relationship and you're going to build something together, you need to decide at a certain point, this is it. I'm not going to look anywhere else. I'm not going to entertain anything else. Even at your weakest moment, I'm not going to hold that against you. You commit to the relationship and build something together. Also, if I can say actually, and also to speak, you have to be open to communication. One of the things that changed in my life when I came to Israel, that sort of was ingrained in me as an American, is this whole idea of falling in love. And at some point when I came to Israel, I realized that culturally, the idea of falling in love here is different. One doesn't fall in love, one builds into love. And I think that's really important, because if you fall fast into love, that means you can fall fast out of love. But if you start at a place where you say, this is a person I can stand looking at physically, like you find them attractive, they have values that mirror your values, and you both are committed honestly and genuinely to building something real, that's the best advice I would say. Commit and be honest with yourself and each other in every situation, in all ways.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. And it's your girl, Yuri G. And we have this beautiful couple introduced, just reintroduce yourself to everyone and tell them you all social media handles.
I'm Asher. This is Dimitri. On Instagram, you can find me at Asher_Ruben Ford. That's it. Dima doesn't want to share his Instagram.
Okay. All right. And thank you all for tuning in, and look for our next interview, and they will be with us forever and ever.
Yuri, I just want to say thank you so much for having us on your show. I love first of all, I think you're absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that you're living the life that you want for yourself. And I think you, as a woman of color, are an ideal example for people in our community of how to be authentic and real. And thank you for having us on.
You're welcome. Oh, thank you ever so much. Oh, guys, why are y'all doing this early in the morning?
We needed the sunlight. We needed the sunlight. Like, we're 8 hours ahead of you guys.